Time and relative dimensions in space. TARDIS. The ancient symbol of Doctor Who. However, the TARDIS is hardly ever the center of attention when talking about the show. As many of you know, the Doctor borrowed the TARDIS when he was just a child, on his home planet Gallifrey. He thought it was the most beautiful thing that he had ever seen, and he wanted to take it on a trip. Just one. But the TARDIS never gave the Doctor back. The TARDIS has had many changes to its interior appearance. Its outside, however, has never changed after the chameleon circuit broke in the 60s. Let's begin.
You call me sexy? Only when we're alone. We are alone. Oh. Come on, sexy.
When you think about just how many times the Doctor has landed somewhere he didn't want to be, you know the TARDIS is behind it. The TARDIS is responsible for saving the lives of countless people around the universe, and not even the Doctor really notices that his ship is responsible for the majority of his adventures. Not only is the TARDIS his ship, but it's also his home. Gallifrey is gone, and the TARDIS is the only thing that remains. The Doctor and his TARDIS, the last of their kind, and both so old. They protect each other, no matter what happens. If the Doctor lost the TARDIS, it would be like losing half of himself. The episode The Doctor's Wife is probably one of my favorite episodes, because it really puts into perspective just how important the TARDIS is, how much it knows, everything that it has been trying to tell the Doctor since she stole him away from Gallifrey. The Doctor's Wife was one of those episodes that makes you stop and think, and realize how much that you, as an audience member, really appreciate the TARDIS. That is the one episode that is entirely devoted to the TARDIS. It shows you just who the TARDIS really is. As most fans will confirm, seeing the TARDIS is a lifelong dream. But not because it's the TARDIS, because the Doctor will surely be around somewhere. See, most fans would just want to meet the Doctor. Talk to him. But the Doctor isn't really the one that brings the adventures. Everything happens because of the TARDIS. Don't you remember what happened when the Doctor was without his TARDIS? He ended up becoming a civilian. He had a roommate and lived in an apartment. The Doctor turned into a normal person while he waited for Amy to stop the TARDIS disappearing. Because without the TARDIS, he can only do so much. One of the biggest reveals on Doctor Who is when the companions enter the TARDIS for the first time. They look around the interior, run around the exterior, and then excitedly exclaim,
The inside's bigger than the outside?
It's bigger on the inside than the outside.
It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. It's bigger on the inside.
It's bigger on the
Inside. It's bigger on the inside.
It's bigger on the inside. It's bigger on the inside. It's bigger on the inside.
It's bigger on the inside.
It was bigger on the inside.
Yeah, bigger on the inside. Much bigger on the inside.
So much bigger on the inside.
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 It's bigger on the inside. Is it?
The TARDIS is the exemplification of alien. It's something that isn't possible. It can't exist, but it's there. It's real and it's calling. It is taking people with the most ordinary lives and taking them away from everything that they've ever known, turning their most boring lives into something extraordinary. The TARDIS is a symbol of everything the show represents. It's the fear and the sadness, the anger and the love. It's everything alien and everything human bundled up into one. It's a simple object with a complicated story. It's also a reflection of the Doctor himself. The interior of the TARDIS tends to change when the Doctor regenerates. For the most part, it's little changes. Maybe a pool is added, or a wardrobe room for whatever the weather may be like. There are only a couple times when the TARDIS will undergo massive changes. The most recent change being after the death of Amy and Rory in The Angels Take Manhattan. We came back from a 2-month break with a new Doctor, a new companion, and a new TARDIS interior. The new interior sparked much controversy in the Whovian atmosphere. Some people loved it, some hated it, but everyone had something to say. It seems to me the only time that people really talk about the TARDIS is when something changes. That's when they realize how much they love it. When the TARDIS is lost or destroyed, you really start to notice the ache in your heart, because deep down you know that you wouldn't know what to do if the TARDIS was gone. The TARDIS is basically the Doctor Who bat symbol. It's everywhere. It's the quickest way to draw the Doctor's attention, and every single fan knows exactly what it is. Pretty much all merchandise created for Doctor Who has a TARDIS on it somewhere. Anything from a small one in the corner of the product to a full-on TARDIS picture. It is the mark of the show, and it's everywhere, which is probably why people ignore it so much. It has become a background, a wallflower. People don't really see it anymore. People don't think about it. I like that the TARDIS is loyal, that it is powerful and graceful, that it has a mind of its own. I like that it is old and beaten up, but it fights just as hard as the Doctor does to protect the people he loves, to protect the Earth. It took him across the stars. It doesn't only protect his companions, but it protects the Doctor as well. The TARDIS is one of the most powerful things in the universe. It's kept entire armies out, but you would never know just how amazing it is by looking at it. The TARDIS is the epitome of Doctor Who. It is a protector. It is a time machine. It's the Doctor's home, and it is one of the most brilliant inventions on the show. So next time you watch Doctor Who, remember the TARDIS.